I see that. 2 hours. All right. Shalom, Yasharala. I'm giving infinite honors to him, the Father and our great King, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Yahweh Karkadash. Double honors to our apostles and our bishops of Great Millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahweh Shai, Princess Beloved Doctrine, Cross the Four Winds in this fine hour. Shalom. All right. This sit down is going to go into mental warfare and the wicked devices this devil uses to subdue our youth and push the philosophies that govern our people, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and people of expanded descent. All right, when you go to, I say preschool, all right, pre-K, whatever, all right, the education that's given to us, all right, uh, is westernized rhetoric, all right, and it's satanic. It's contrast to what the scriptures tell us how we should live. All right. When you start in kindergarten, they teach you how to deal with other people. They tell you how they start when you're young, how to court women. All right. They teach you what's so-called good and what's so-called evil. All right. And they start as soon as you come out of the womb. Okay. And they also, the older you get, this devil is a psychoanalyst. He's a mad scientist. The older you get, okay, he ups the ante on you. All right. And as it pertains to preferably, not just the tribe of Judah, all of the tribes. All right. One of his devices that subdue us people the much is black culture. It's totally satanic. And the tool that they use is hip hop culture. Okay. Which is totally against the scriptures. It promotes it promotes adultery, rape, homosexuality, and murder. Okay, and you got to understand that gets in your psyche. It gets in your mindset. All right. Leviticus 5:1 say if we see someone commit a transgression, all right, whether we seen it or heard it, we have to utter it. We have to bring it to the light. But what does hip hop culture teaches us from a youngster, young when we're in our youth? If you see something going on and you tell you're a rat, you're a snitch. All right. So we're taught in the society to transgress the law unconsciously. Okay. If I see somebody breaking into my neighbor's house and I call the police so my neighbors don't get defrauded of their resources, in black culture, you're deemed a snitch. All right. And then nobody wants you to live around. In Israelite culture, you didn't love your neighbor. Okay. In Israelite culture, you transgressed against your brother. Okay. And that's why this thing of ours is a mental warfare. All right. And we have to guard our thought process. All right. The Lord came that we renew our thinking. All right. And when hip hop was originally created, when you know the history of it, I think it started in the Bronx. Salakia. All right. It wasn't created to be wicked, but the devil did what? He manipulated it. All right. And he weaponized it to be used against our people. In fact, let me get some precepts to bag that up. Get that precept in Sirach. Bear with me. All right. No, I need Sirach 39. All right. This is Sirach 39th chapter. The 26th verse. All right. Sirach 39 and 26. I'm going to start at 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal thing for whole use of man life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grapes, and oil and clothing. All right. Now let's go through all of these things that a man need in life. This devil has defiled the water. All right. Water doesn't even have its alkalinity like the Lord created it. Okay. He's defiled that. All right. The Lord created fire so we could cook our food and keep us warm, right? What does the devil do with fire? He made a nuclear fucking arsenal. All right. To do what? Kill people. All right. That's not what the Lord gave us fire for. He gave us fire to cook our food, heat our food, and keep us warm and create utensils like food sparks and stuff. You need heat to create those things, to purify gold. All right. For righteous men, fire is a beautiful thing. Okay. Iron, flour, wheat, what is it? Honey, milk. All these in America are defiled. They're genetically modified. Okay. The cows are fed steroids, honey. It's manipulated. All these things are manipulated with genetic modified organisms, and the blood of grapes, and oil, and clothing. All right. Here in this society, look, especially clothing. What do? The garments that women wear pertaining to men, and the garments that men wear a lot of times pertain to women, and it shows the women's secret parts that's supposed to be covered according to a righteous society. A woman wearing something so tight you can see her camel toe and nothing's left for the imagination. All right, that's wicked. It's off. A woman wearing a skirt so short you can see her ass cheeks hanging out. That's wicked. And this is what the Lord says. All these things are good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. And that's how it was with hip hop. Okay. That's how it was with hip hop. All right. And I'm going to give you an example. When hip hop was originally created, all right, it was created on a positive tip, a positive vibration. In fact, I'm about to prove it to you. Okay. But just let a couple lyrics of this song play. This is rap in the 80s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Now listen to this song. This was a collage of rappers. I was a young lad when this song came up, but it was all positive. All right. Now listen to this. This is how hip hop was originally created. It wasn't no drill rap. It wasn't pushing pimping and all that. It was pushing to our people to uplift one another and live a positive life. It had a positive vibration to it.
Tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem.
Oh yeah, fair use, fair use. These videos I'm gonna play are used for educational purposes only, and no monetary gain. Not for monetary gain. Okay.
Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction.
Now you see this? This is a warning to people that was living a certain life. This was a positive a positive all-star lineup. I think was KRS-One, Cool Mo D, Public Enemy, a few other rappers. I think Heavy D might have been on it. I don't know. I'm not positive. I think MC Light was on it. It was just a bunch of the hottest rappers of that time came together under a positive vibration.
Destruction. Self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you can unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
You see, he was talking about not killing your relatives, living positive, uniting for what's right. All right, and killing the stereotypes about our people. All right, now they were still going off. All right, Yahweh Shai is the one that brings us, unite us, and teaches us how to be holy. All right, but the for the sake of the conversation, the music was on a positive vibration. Okay, all right. if the music stayed on this type of time, you would have all that killing in the hood, okay? But this devil, what did he do? When we just read Psalms 39, Sirach 39, what did he say in verse 27? All these things are good to the godly. You see, when hip-hop was created, it was all good. It was positive. So the sinners there turned into evil. The so-called white man weaponized it and turned it into evil. All right. And this is what it created for this guy here. I'm gonna play this whole song. Okay. This guy is metaphorically speaking about the so-called white man. Okay. This is clearly talking about Esau and what he gave you hip hop for. And look, this guy Lupe Fiasco, you don't see him or hear him no more. I think they probably canceled him for this song. Okay, this song, he was high tech. This is in fact, let me get a precept to bag it up. He was exposing this devil. All right. This is Second Corinthians. Where you at? 2 and 11. All right. 2 Corinthians. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us. He exposes Satan, and we're here, the prophets, to tell you Satan, the physical incarnation of Satan, is the so-called white man. These corporate bankers, the people that rule Hollywood, the people that rule the news outlets, the people that rules the educational industrial complex. These people are Satan. The spiritual entity Satan inhabits this nation of people. The so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, that's his nationality. All right. Unless Satan should get advantage of us, and this is how Satan got advantage of 2/3 of our people, for we are not ignorant of his devices. He weaponized hip-hop, all right, and have it the driving force behind black culture, which is degeneracy, all right. And on this song, this guy is telling you what they use the hip-hop for. He went in on this one. I'm gonna let the whole song play and read the lyrics.
Don't you know that I run this place and I've begun this race? Must I rerun this pace?
All right, let me funnel that scripture through the scriptures. He said, I run this place. He said, don't you know I run this place? Who runs this place? Who control the media outlets? Who control the airwaves? All right. Who control the fashion? All right. Who passed the laws? Okay. Funnel this song through the scriptures. All right. Let's see who he's talking about. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The so-called white man rules the earth. The EU, NATO, they rule the world. They put the laws that govern this place. They control the media outlets. They control hip-hop culture. They control the educational industrial complex. All right? The meteorologists. They control everything. Okay? They control the money system. All right? Nothing goes on without them knowing. They control this society. They covered the earth in gross darkness. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Through his educational industrial complex, what he did, he turned the people of the book from melanated people to non-melanated people. All right? He said that the prophets, the apostles, our great king was so-called white men. All right? He lied. Okay? If not, where and who is he? If the so-called white man not ruling the world, who is? Okay? That boy went in on this song. He was prophesying, you know it. He said, don't you know that I run this place and I've begun this race? Must I return this pace? All right? The so-called man runs this place right now. All right? Let me get another precept to bag this up. This is this one out in a minute. I need the basis of men and Daniel. Daniel. All right, brother. I don't even remember where it's at. I think it's in 4 somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and we're the watchers. All right, we're the prophets. All right, we're sitting on our watch, waiting what the Lord tell us to go proclaim to the peoples. And the demand by the word of the holy ones. All right, this is service to prophets, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, the Lord is controlling this. All right, the Lord say the so-called white man is a golden cup in his hand in Jeremiah the 51st chapter. He said Babylon is a golden cup in his hand. The Lord is using him to fulfill prophecy and give it to whomever he will and set it up over it the basis of men. So the basis of men is set up to rule in the days. All right, the Lord created this man to rule in the last days. Okay, so this is who this guy is talking about.
I'm the reason it's become this way, and their love for it is the reason I have become this praise. They love my darkness, I've made them heartless, and in return they have become my martyrs. I've been in the
He say they love my darkness. You see, that's all hip hop pushes is darkness. All right, and he say, and for that they become my martyrs. And what does hip hop do? Kill one another. What does drill rap make you do? Kill one another. He say, so they become his martyrs. He say they love his darkness. They take my philosophies. All right, when you talk to these youngsters, all right, they're drunk off of black culture. They're drunk off of drill rap. All right, so they love that darkness, and then what happens? They become his martyrs. All right, they love that religion. Okay, and then they kill one another, and they become martyrs for him. All right. He said, I've been the poem of many a poet, and I reside in the art of many artists. All right. And that's all these ignorant ass niggas, man. All right. But he say he's in them. So he's letting you know Satan is the one that make King Von talk about killing, make Kodak Beck talk about killing. It's him, because he's not going to put them on the airways if they're not talking about committing genocide in astronomical numbers. That's the only way rappers are going to be put on a plateau. They have to recite degenerate lyrics, okay? But he say he's letting you know I'm the one behind this. The so-called Jews is this guy Lupin Fiasco is letting you know the Jews are behind these artists. All right, they're not doing that on their own accord. They're doing it so they can make money. Okay.
poem of many a poet, and I reside in the art of many a artist. Some of your smartest have tried to articulate my whole partnerness, but they're fruitless in their harvest. The dro grows from my footsteps. I'm the one that they follow. I am the one that they march.
You say, I am the one that they follow. I am the one that they march with. All right? Let's get a precept to bag that up. You see? When you live according to black, and why do women dress like whores? All right? Because they see the celebrities do it. All right? Who tells the celebrities what to wear? The so-called white man. He say, if you want to be rich, you got to do what I say, what I want you to do, and so that all of the multitudes can follow you. Okay? This is you see? That boy went in. That's why they blackballed him. You don't hear about that boy no more. He was exposing them. But you got to have eyes to read between the lines of his lyrics. Like most people hear this song and don't even know who he's talking about. He was talking in code. John 8:44. Ye of your father the devil, the lust of your father you would do. Okay? So when you read this, all right, he say, I'm the one that they follow. I'm the one that they march with. You see? All right? Who is that talking about? The devil, the so-called white man. He said, the lust of your father you would do. All right? So when you live according to this society's way of life, okay, you'll follow the so-called Jews, man. All right? And they imagine to throw you in a ditch. They want to cut us off from being a nation, man. That's why we hate 2/3 of our people, man. Because they thrown in their lap with this damn piece of shit creation. All right? And to be honest, man, this devil is more more obedient to our Heavenly Father than our people are, because he's doing what the Lord created him to do. The Lord created him to be a piece of shit, and he's being the best piece of shit. He's whale shit, man. He's not even elephant shit. He's whale shit. Okay? And he's doing it obediently. Our people are the one that's fucked up.
Through the back alleys and the black markets, the Oval Offices, the crack.
You see? He said where he is, he's in the black markets, he's in the Oval Office, he's in the crack houses and apartments. He's everywhere. He's in every facet of society. And what he's going to do with that charisma, he's going to put it on every facet of society. If you want to do business in commerce, in back alleys, you're going to have that chip. All right? If you're in the black markets, you're going to have that chip. In the Oval Office, if you want to be a part of the Senate, climb up the government infrastructure, you're going to have that chip. All right? If you want to buy crack, you're going to have that charisma. I don't know how they're going to pull that one off. All right? I don't know how they're going to pull that one off. Jake going to pull some shit off. When that charisma was instituted, I don't know how they're going to be doing the drug game. I ain't wrap my head around that. To have an apartment, you're going to have that charisma. He's in every facet of society.
Houses and apartments. Through the mazes of the queens, the pages of the stages, and the chambers of the.
See, he rules he rules in the kingdom of men. He controls the other nations' kings. When you go to Revelation 18 chapter, it say when this devil took down, the kings of the earth are going to cry. He's in the chambers of the kings, man. Okay. He's the one that is the reason the world is turned upside fucking down, man. All right, and we're here to put a fucking light on this devil, expose him. All right, let's get there. I'm gonna get two precepts. This is what we're about raised up to do. Abaratazah, we those men. This is Ephesians, and this is why he gonna come down to us with great wrath, because we're exposing him. Right? We set up to expose this devil. We're like when you go in the court system, we the DA. Okay? These charges against his asses. So the judge, Yahweh Shah, could throw that gavel down on his ass. We bringing out all his crimes, okay? Putting it before the jury. All right? The angels and the peoples of the earth, exposing them. All right? And that's why he gonna come down to us with great wrath. All right, Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. You're supposed to shun these philosophies he's putting on us, reject them, condemn them, but rather reprove them. All right, rebuke them. For it is a shame to speak to these things that are done in them in secret. All right, and Sexy Red is shameful. King Bud is shameful. Black culture is shameful. All right. But all things are reproved and made manifested by the light. That's what we're doing. We're exposing those shameful deeds. All right. And we're manifesting the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. For do manifest his light. And the Lord say these things that are done in secret are going to be brought to light. All right. Mark the 4th chapter. Okay.
Through the veins of the fiends, a paper chases pages, yo, I'm famous on the scene. One of the oldest, most ancientest things, speak every single
on the planet. No, I mean, I love that song. One of the oldest, most ancient things, speak every single language on the planet. No, I mean, that lets you know Satan consumes him. Satan speaks every single language on the planet. No, I mean, when Satan presented himself in the book of Job to Yahweh, all right, what was he doing? He said, I was going through the earth. You know what? Let me get it. Let me show you. That's who his inhabitants, the so-called white man. And guess what? Go to that Google engine. You're gonna see that the so-called white man has these the language interpreted thing. All right. If somebody types something in another language, you can press the little button. You can do it on YouTube too, and interpret what the language of English. Okay. Who gave him that knowledge? It say knowledge shall increase. The Lord gave him knowledge to do that. This is Job 1 and all right, it's 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. Okay, and Yahweh said unto Satan, whence cometh thou? Then Satan answered, and said, from going to and from the earth, walking up and down it. So Satan goes to and from in the earth, do what? Doing the Lord's bidding, goes into the kings of men, manipulate them. For him to do that, guess what he got to be able to do? Speak every single language on the planet, know what I mean? For Esau to work this agenda he's done, he has to deal with the other kings of the earth. He got to speak every single language on the planet, know what I mean? All right? That's why the Lord gave him the knowledge to do this internet and be able to do these Google engines, okay? This is a so-called white man Lupe is rapping about, man. Most definitely here.
Language on the planet, down I am the American dream, the rape of Africa, the undying machine, the overpriced medicine, the murderous regime.
The overpriced medicine, the murderous regime. All right? The tough guys front and the one behind the scene. All right? Every guy got to think he's tough and macho. That's what black culture pushes. He's the one gave him that. Man, you can't even speak Jake. If you speak to Jake, Jake get mad. All right? Our nation is a nation that love one another, man. Okay? Let me get that Zechariah 8. This is how we are supposed to be. Okay? Man, I don't even be wanting to be around niggas anymore because they've taken up the mindset of the father, the devil. But we're in the kingdom. The Lord gave us a glimpse how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to love fellow Israelites. We're supposed to never be able to meet a stranger if he is an Israelite. Let me find that precept. It's a kingdom of heaven precept right here. We're going to love each other, man. All right? This is Zechariah 8:3. Thus saith Yahweh, I am returned unto Zion, and we will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. All right? Jerusalem people for us a place. And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain. All right? And the holy means to be set apart. We set apart from the other nations. So we love one another. We never meet a stranger, man. Then thus saith Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem. All right? And every man with his staff in his hand from very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Okay? We're all supposed to be one big happy family, the nation of Israel, man. All right? Taking care of the old men, the boys and girls playing. They don't have to worry about pedophiles and sex trafficking and none of that shit. They don't have to have babysitters. Okay? They could play with scorpions and fucking lions and don't have to worry about getting eaten. All right? And just be brotherly to a whole nation. Not naying at your brother's woman, looking at your woman, lusting at her and shit. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith Yahweh of hosts? All right? And let's see what the Lord is calling marvelous in his eyes. All right? This is all right. Let's see what he was calling marvelous. Psalms. Ain't nobody no macho man always being rough and tough against your brother. When us brothers see each other, we salute each other. All right? We don't be to seeing each other the whole week, love one another, man. All right? Psalms 133:1. A song of degrees of Dawadah. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. See, that's what's marvelous in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shai. Black culture don't push this. Okay? Hip-hop culture don't push this. They push that you kill one another and be divided against one another and be a old macho-ass, ignorant-ass nigga towards your brother. All right? And us brothers with wisdom, we'll force, we don't want to do it, you know, but we are forced to stay away from people that's in their spirit. And we know in Jacob's trouble, we're going to have to put some of you bitch-ass niggas down. We don't care. We want to do it because it's a righteous thing to purge evil away out of Israel, man. It's a righteous thing to purge an adulterer and kill an adulterer. It's a righteous thing to kill a sodomite, okay? But we're not macho. Us brothers in the brotherhood are not macho. Got this towards one another, okay? always been deceptive towards one another. We love one another, man. We like to be around each other, man. But look, this is the Lupe was telling you, look, this is who's behind it. Okay. He's in this song, he's metaphorically telling you the agenda doesn't come from the rapper. He said, I'm inside of the rapper, pushing this agenda through the rapper. Okay. That's what Lupe is telling you. And he's like, look, you ain't gonna use me like that. That's why you don't see Lupe. He a cold rapper. That's why you don't see him in mainstream rap. Okay.
Gene, the tough guy's front and the one behind the scene. I am the blood of this city. It's gas, water, and electricity. I'm its gem and its math and its history.
He say he's the blood of this city. It's gas, water, and electricity. Who runs the gas, water, and electricity? All right. Who runs the educational industry? It's math and it's history. Math is bullshit. I just learned math was bullshit a few years ago. The way we do mathematical equations here, man, them people in China do it a whole different fucking way. People in Japan do mathematics totally different than what we do it. Man, we were taught to divide and multiply. When you see them fucking gooks do it on chalkboards on the internet, don't take my word for it. Look at it. The way they get the answers, they'll go a more simplified way than us. I'm like, damn, that's not how we were taught. It's plenty of ways to do math, man. I learned that a couple years ago looking at the gooks. So our math ain't really potent, okay? But who controls it? This devil. And the history, the Lord is exposing history. Everything about history is a lie. But he say, I'm the blood of the sea. He say, I'm the one that's running these. I am the one that's put this agenda and these philosophies throughout the world. I'm the reason you believe what you believe. It ain't the nigga that's rapping. All right. It's the machine that's behind the nigga. All right. And Lupe, that's why they couldn't use Lupe like they wanted to. All right. The gunshots in the class, and you can't pass if you're missing. G. You can't get rich if you don't move how he wants you to move. El Paso Gabar did a video a couple months ago. He said, man, you want to get rich? That was like last month, I think. You want to get rich, man, grab your ankles. All right. He said, if you want to be wicked, I'll give you the agenda. I'll give you the antidote, how to get rich. Grab your ankles. Do what this devil tell you to do. All right. The gunshots in the class, and you can't pass if you're missing, G. So you can't get rich. You can't succeed in this society if you don't conform to his philosophies. You got to kill. If you want to make it big in Hollywood, you got to push the homosexual agenda. You got to push the genocide agenda. You got to push the degeneracy agenda. Okay?
Shots in the class, and you can't pass if you miss the G. I taught them better than that. I taught them aim for the head and hope they never come.
Look, he said, I taught you better than that. I taught you aim for the head and hope they never come. He's taught us how to kill one another. Oh, I got a 5 precept that's going to back this up. All right, this is he taught us to kill one another. You are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. All right, we naturally don't want to kill one another. We Israelites. The Lord created us to love one another. All right. This is the hip hop scripture right here. All right. This is Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Yasharallah. For Yahweh have a controversy, Salakia, with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy. See, niggas don't show mercy to one another, and they don't have the truth nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. When you read the book of Samuel, the Lord say he's the God of knowledge. He's the power of knowledge. You have to have knowledge to love the Lord. He gave us the knowledge. The laws is knowledge. All right. So when he gave us the laws, he taught us how to love him, man. Okay. All right. Now this is hip hop right here. Now who taught us this? By swearing on God. On God. Ain't that what all the rappers are saying? On my mama. On King David. They're the vice lord niggas be like, on King David, son. On my mama. All right. We're not supposed to do that. The scriptures tell us let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. And then if you do make a vow to the Lord, you don't make it like that, okay? And lying, all right? This is black culture. This is what it pushes. And killing, all right? And stealing, all right? And committing adultery. They break out in blood, touching blood. Now, lying, killing, swearing, stealing, committing adultery, all right? Rappers make sport about fucking another man's woman. man after another man's woman. All right. And rappers are like somewhat, you know, they are like demigods. People worship them and look at them. They can have any woman they want. These guys be multimillionaires. They could go to a foreign country and go to a village where they got virgins at, you know, like let's say you go over there to the land of Ham and go down to the Amazon rainforest or something. They could go find a beautiful untouched virgin, give her daddy, buy her daddy some buy her daddy some goats and some cattle for a dowry and have an untouched maiden, man. When you have resources, those are the things you can do, man. Somebody that hasn't been manipulated by the Western philosophies. But what do they want to do? They want to fuck each other's wife, man. All right? That's what hip-hop pushes. When they could go somewhere with their resources and get a woman that nobody else has touched. Okay? That's what black culture pushes. They break out and blood touching blood. All right? That's hip-hop, man. All right? That's drill rap.
Back. I'm glad your daddy's gone, baby. Hope he never comes back.
He say, I'm glad your daddy's gone, baby. I hope he never come back. All right. That's what in the 70s when they gave our women government assistance. That's what it was all about. All right. That's not a black man's agenda. This is not an Israelite's agenda. All right. This is an agenda put on us by the so-called Jews, by the so-called white man. He's exposing them metaphorically. He said, I'm glad your daddy go. He's glad that the Israel is breaking up. He's broken it up. Okay? He said, I'm glad your daddy gone. I hope he never comes back. I hope he's with your mother, with my hustlers, high in my traps. That's what he wants. He wants to have down here we call them click houses. Some people call them trap houses. Trap houses is where you go and get any kind of drug you want. And chicks come in there, the dope D-boys run trains on little girls and them bitches. All right. This is the so-called white man's agenda for the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and people Hispanic descent. That's why we tell you this is mental. Because you can reject this. You don't have to conform to this. So this is mental warfare, spiritual. This is a spirit that he's putting on our people. This is a spirit put on our people. Let me get a precept to bag that up. All right, that lets you know spiritual warfare is mental warfare. You don't have to conform to that shit. And then like that spirit to get you, because when the next song I'm gonna play, I got the bob in my head. I'm like, this is degenerate, but the shit sound good. It'll get in you if you're weak, if you don't have, the mental fortitude to reject it. All right, this is Isaiah. This is another hip hop scripture, 28 and 15. All right, and it reads, because you have said we made a covenant with death. All right, when you live according to black culture, I ain't no snitch. YOLO, you only live once. All that bullshit that black culture follows. YOLO, you only live once. Do whatever. All right, that's a philosophy of lawlessness. No, we are people of law and order. The Lord gave us laws, order, a government system. All right, the Lord gave us that law brings forth decency, dignity, and honor and nobility. All right, but when you make a covenant with death, you're lawless, you're vain. All right, you're dead, you're ignorant. And with hell, we are in agreement. All right, when you conform to that culture, when that spirit consumes you, you're a hell, you're a reprobate. You're alienated from your Yahweh Shema Shai, who's all about cleanliness and order. You're defiled, you're polluted, you're a piece of shit. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come to us. And and that's another seed. I think the Most High is dealing with them. All right. But the Lord hates you niggas. For we have made lies our refuge, and falsehood we've hid ourselves. All right. And that's what this devil is doing to you. He's lying to you. He's manipulating you. And his main weapon that he's weaponized is hip hop, man. Okay. That boy say, I'm glad your dad is gone, baby. I hope he never comes back. That's what this devil wants for our whole nation. A fatherless nation headed by ministers, silly women as the head of the household. And look at the state of our people, man. Okay? Most of these rappers don't know their fathers. Most of these NBA players don't know their fathers. All right? Most of the people in high esteem in society are fatherless, man. All right. So look, when you listen to this song, this devil is fulfilling his agenda. All right. But we know it's ultimately the curses. Okay.
I hope he's with your mother, with my hustlers high in my trash. I hope you die in this trash. I can't help it. All I hear when you crying is laugh. I'm sure
when all this shit happened to our people, man, these elites laugh. That's why it's written in the book of Revelation to say the accuser of the brethren. All right. He comes and accuses. Look what your people doing. Look what they're doing, Lord. This your people. Look how they getting down. What is hip-hop culture pushing now? Bisexuality, metrosexuality. Most of these broads out here, I say if you born from the 80s on down, these broads are bisexual. Straight the fuck up. Or bi-curious. Even if they're not indulging in it full force, they are bi-curious. I'm talking about even the chicks born in the 80s like me. These bitches are bisexual, man. Okay? This is what hip-hop is pushing.
somebody find you tied in this bag behind the hospital, little baby crack addicts had, and maybe you can grow up and be a stripper.
You see, you females will see that this is the agenda for you to grow up and be a stripper. And if you're not a stripper or a straight up prostitute, you dress like one and you're in the same spirit as her because you're wearing a stripper's attire, a whore's attire, and the cum buckets on your eyelashes and stuff. This is given to you by the Jews. And then when you look at the so-called Jews, they women don't dress like that. They don't conduct themselves like that. This is the agenda. He wants you women to be strippers, whores, well-fat. What this nigga say? Welfare recipient, prostitute, and gold diggers. And that's all these bitches are. This is what the vast majority of our women are. Boy, this was a prophetic song. He's not dealing with the how about Shema was shy, but he's conscious, all right? He's conscious to a certain extent, okay? This is the agenda that's put on us, and this is a spirit, all right? And you have to reject the spirit. And what does the spirit do? It controls your thought process, so it's mental. We have to cast off these works of darkness, all right? We always grew up in hip-hop and we dress like them. I don't dress like that shit no more. The only reason I wore Dickie suits when I was growing up because the niggas out west was wearing Dickie suits and Chuck Taylors, man. I ain't even have to wear that shit. I could wear Jordans and Adidas and shit, but I used to emulate Snoop Dogg. That's the era I grew up in. NWA, them niggas. On my own mind and my own style, I would never wear a Dickie suit and Chuck Taylors. That ain't my style. That ain't what the Lord put into me. All right? That's not how I would dress. I'm more of a athletic wear, Adidas jumpsuit. You know what I'm wearing with some Adidas. That's what I like. I was like that. Wear a Nike suit with some Jordans. I would have never wore that, but I wanted to emulate what I saw them doing. Okay? And you got to get that out of your mind. You got to reject that. All right? And that's why the Lord in Revelation, Romans the 12th chapter, say you have to renew your thinking, renew your thought process.
A welfare receiving prostitute and gold digger. You can watch on TV how they should properly depict you. The rivers, your flow with liquors, quench your thirst on my elixirs. I am the safe haven for the rebel runaway and the resistor, the trusted misleader.
He said he's the trusted misleader. We are being misled. All right? That nigga say, I am the trusted misleader. Hey, so that lets you know he's obedient to Yahweh about Shema Shah. This devil know what he's doing. This devil is really good in the sense that he obeys his Lord. All right? The Lord created him to be a trusted misleader. All right? This is Isaiah 9 and 16. The Lord created him just to do that. All right? For the leaders of the people, call them the earth. The so-called white man is the ultimate leader of our people. But plus your politicians, these rap celebrities and shit, they cause you to err, all right? But who controls the leaders of our people? The so-called white man, right? Ultimately, for they that are led of them are destroyed, all right? And he's the trusted misleader. He's the trusted misleader, man. That nigga say the trusted misleader. So the Lord, he obeys the Lord. The Lord trusts what this devil going to do. With these tariffs, the Lord put the spirit on him to do that to get World War III started. He's going to obey the Lord with pinpoint accuracy, man. All right? And what is one defender of wickedness?
Leader, the number one defender. And from a throne of their bones I rule. These fools are my fuel, so I make them cool.
You see? That He make you cool. What's cool today? You got to be a degenerate. For you to be cool, you have to be a degenerate. You got to wear your pants sagging. You got to wear skinny jeans. You got to dress like a harlot. That's what he say. I make them cool. All right. So this devil controls Hollywood, fashion. Okay. He controls the thought process. He's the one that makes you cool. Us brothers, what we think is cool, we think wearing our stones is cool. Okay. We feel our garments are cool. Our garments, when we make them, our sackcloth, you know, some brothers stuff be spiffy. Our garments, that's what we think cool. Society hate that shit. When we have our stones, when our different stones, okay? We have our garments. You know, brothers be decking their garments out. That's what's cool to us. All right? Having our pants put up on our breeches, okay? Looking like distinguished gentlemen. Servants of the Lord, that's what's cool to us. But this society, you gotta have your pants sagging, skinny jeans, dressed like a harlot. When we see our women with a dress on down to their ankles, all right, that's cool to us. But in this society, they say she an old grandma. Okay, so what's cool to us on the right hand side is not cool to them on the left hand side. So he's made them cool. This devil has no building of this temple on the right-hand side, according to Ezra, the 4th chapter. So he has no play on our minds to what we think is cool. We think it's cool for a woman to deal with one man. We think it's cool for a woman to know how to shut the fuck up and not be sassy. Okay? That's not what's cool in this society, man. So what the devil tells our people is cool, we like, nah, that's some bullshit. And what we call cool is bullshit to them. So we're enemies. We're enemies, man, with 2/3 of our people. We on two different vibrations.
Baptize them in the water out of Scarface pool and feed them from the table that held the Corleone's food. If you die, tell them that you played my game.
He say, if you die, tell them that you play my game. You conform to black culture, and everybody that conforms to black culture will die. All right, you will die. That's why the Lord say, "Come out of her, my people. This place will pollute you." In Micah the 2nd chapter, you gotta put off those workers of darkness. I hope your bullet holes become mouths that say my name. And that's just what's going to happen, man. And look, this is a nation of Israelite youth killing one another, all right?
I hope your bullet holes become mouths that say my name, because I'm the...
See? And this is the fruit of it, all right? This is the fruit of it. I'm not going to play this whole song. See, when I played this song, I got the bucket in this bitch. I really like this song, but it's satanic. It's off. This is not going to make me want to do nothing, all right? This is not going to make me want to be like him. I like the melody and the flow, all right? I was like, damn, see, I'm making this video. That shit, I like this song too much. But it's a degenerate piece of shit song. But listen, this is the fruit of what the so-called wants. And this nigga's dead.
Weezy out of here.
Home invasion, robberies, homicide, first degree. If you ain't caught you none, you better catch you some. If you ain't got no gun, you better get you one.
See, and that go hand in hand. Home invasions, robberies. If you ain't caught one, you better get you some. What are you telling you to do? Go kill. You can't make this shit up, bro. And then what did Lupe say? This is the agenda of the elites. All right, and he's of his father, the devil. They go hand in hand. Home invasions, robbery. If you ain't got one, you better get you some. Talking about go kill your own brother. He ain't talking about killing no devil. And one thing you talking about go kill another nation, exclusively your people. All right, and this is what it say? Hosea 4:2. By swearing, lying, killing, home invasion, stealing. A home invasion. Are you stealing? Robbing. Okay. Killing and committed adultery, and they break out of blood touching blood. You see? And this is what he's spewing. This is what this nigga's spewing.
Weezy out of here.
Home invasions, robbing. Who he talking about invading? His own people. He ain't talking about doing it to a so-called Jew. That's who got all the money. He ain't talking about going to Malibu They're kicking in one of them doors up there in Malibu. All right. Or in the Hamptons when Puppies them stay. He ain't talking about going up in there. He's talking about going to home invade somebody look just like him. Homicide. He talking about killing his brother like a nigga kill his wicked ass.
First degree. If you ain't caught you none, you better catch you some.
All right, now he's telling the youth, if you ain't caught you one, you better catch you some. All right, that's Esau. That's Esau speaking through him. All right, that's the so-called white man speaking through him. He's speaking the lust of your father you would do. He's doing what his daddy taught him to do, man. Okay, we're not naturally like that. The Israelite is not naturally like that. Okay, this is I'm gonna bring it out again. All right, I gotta bring it out again. Let's see, man. Nigga conforming to this devil's agenda. All right, but we're at the end. All right, we're at the end. They're gonna drink of the same cup he is. John 44. You of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you would do. He was a murderer from the beginning. See, he didn't want teaching us how to murder. He abode not in the truth. All right, he's lawless because there's no truth in him. When he speak of a lie, he speak of it, for he is a liar in the of it. So this is the spirit our people are in. All right, our people are conforming to this way of life. Okay, and they have their father, the devil. All right, and because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. And that's us, brothers. We're telling the truth, and they don't believe us not. But they will. Probably the first chapter let you tell us they will. If they don't believe, they will. Okay. Now let me get my precepts I got for this. And I was looking at Apostle Tahar video today, and he was like, man, when you have all these precepts down, but then when you do the video, half of the precepts you bring out, not even the precepts you had down. All those precepts I was just bringing out is not on this list. That's how the spirit be rolling. Now, these are the precepts I got on the list. See? That's how the spirit be rolling. And I was like, damn, Elder Tahar, Apostle Tahar, professional. That happens all the time. When you do these epistles just pop in your head, you'll have something put together, then a bunch of other precepts pop up. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. For weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through pulling down strongholds. All right. Now, this is what you got to understand. What's our weapon? Our weapons is these scriptures. All right. Wisdom. All right. And it's not carnal. So our weapons is not guns, spears, and javelins and missiles. Okay. But it's mighty through pulling down stronghold. What's a stronghold? Your thought process. When you think like a Westerner, that's a stronghold. When you think evil is good and good is evil, that's a stronghold. All right. When you think it's cool to have sex with your neighbor's wife, and you think that's a flex, that's a stronghold. Okay. When you think it's cool to just pack a gun and deal with controversy by killing your brother, that's a stronghold. So hip-hop culture, black culture, puts mental stronghold on you. So let's let you know this war of ours is mental. All right, it's mental. Spiritual warfare is a mental warfare. Casting down imaginations. Where's imagination dwell at? In your mindset. All right, that's what imagination. When you think about imagination, I already had a song in the old school say, "It's just my imagination running away with me." That's a terrible thing to let your imagination run away with you because the flesh is wicked. So how do we control our imaginations? Through this word. All right, we make it conform to this word. And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh. And black culture it is exalts itself against the knowledge of Yahweh. It's lawlessness. All right, it's the practice of lawlessness, and bring it to captivity through the obedience of Hamashiach. So we cast those things down through this glorious gospel, through the doctrine that the Lord has given us. All right, so we don't conform to this shit. We cast it away. All right, we reprove the works of darkness. Salaki. Okay. All right, this is this precept in Ezra. I need the 8th chapter. Bear with me. All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 27. All right. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen. All right. So the Lord say, hey, don't fuck with the hip hop shit, my son. All right. And you know, I'm not going to be over righteous. Us brothers listen to rap. I listen to it. All right. But as of late, like when you consecrate yourself to the Lord, all right, I listen to more high vibrational music. Like I found myself listening to Beethoven Symphony No. 9 the other day, and my nerves was bad. Like my nerves was real bad, you know. And when your nerves bad, that's demonic entities too getting on you. So I don't know why I did. I put on Beethoven Symphony No. 9, and it's like I got relaxed a little bit, you know. And I just started going through videos, but I had that Beethoven Symphony No. 9 playing in the background. You dig? So it's high vibrational frequencies. That shit, that hip hop shit is low vibrational. Okay, so us brothers listen to it, but we don't. It doesn't get in our psyche and our spirit to make us want to conform to it. Our minds are strong. Okay, but desire those keep the but the desire of those that keep the testimonies in afflictions. You see, in this affliction, hell, in this valley of the shadow of death, the men of the Lord are always going to resort back to the word. Okay. All right, and we're going to mortify our members. So us brothers, we can listen to it like a brother coming in, man, just coming in. Certain things that you got to keep yourself away from. I'm going to tell you something else brothers got to keep themselves away from. This don't have nothing to do with the music. All right, when you first come in, you look at all these different camps. You have the gumbo doctrine. When you create millstone, is young brothers not to even look at other camps, man, because those doctrines is no different than Esau's hip hop vibrations he pushed in the rap music, in the rap game. When you listen to these other camps, man, I go on the limb and say, speaking as a man, it's more lethal listening to the rap music. Okay? Listen to the doctrine that IUIC teach. You'll do better listen to rap music, in my humble opinion. And if I'm wrong, Salaki. Because it's like off doctrine, all right, they're parading themselves as an angel of light, so you'll think that these are holy men, all right, and this doctrine is holy, so you'll conform to it, okay? And you think, and you in your mind, I'm in the truth, so this gotta be right. So that's dangerous for a younger brother, okay? Because he can't, your thought, you deciphering right and wrong is like you're weak at it. You're not strong at it yet. So you'll hear a guy from another camp, like that guy Wi-Fi, precept extraordinaire, that nigga there, whatever his name is, precept extraordinaire. Any topic come up, he firing all precepts. Then when you get to vital breakdowns, like Revelation 13, he goes completely off. All right, so then that means if you following him in his camp, you're gonna end up getting the charagma, man. Okay. So, but the desire of those that keep the testimonies in affliction. So in this affliction, in this flame, these things in the society have no effect on the elect men, because Matthew 24 chapter say, if it were possible then to see the elect not going to be swayed by black culture. Okay. This is it's all middle. It's middle. We're in a middle warfare. We're in a war for our mindset. All right. The mind is powerful, because that's where your spirit dwells. Your spirit is the life force, man. All right. And it could be polluted. All right. The Lord give us light. All right. Your thought process can be darkened, man. All right. This is Proverbs 12 and 10. All right. A righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. All right. Now, the reason I brought this precept out, all right, this is cruel, man. All right. They telling you, they had these guys come to schools down here in Baton Rouge. They had these rappers come to schools, and then they tell this guy to say something positive. Y'all stay in school and get a good job. All right. That's them giving the kids something to do or something to look up to, but those kids go listen to those lyrics and get defiled. All right, to bring a nigga like this in front of your class.
If you ain't got no gun, you better get you one.
He telling you if you ain't got a gun, go and get you one and catch a body. And you got these little young impressionable students looking at him as an idol, all right, and you're giving them something extracurricular to look at. That tender mercy is cruel. That's cruel to bring a nigga like this in front of your child. Look at this nigga. This nigga a gremlin, man. It's cruel to bring people like this in front of children, impressionable children, man. And this is what this devil give our people. It's cruel. Oh, the music is good. It's just entertainment. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is poison. This is cyanide. This is radiation. This is not entertainment. This is death. The Lord called it, they made a covenant with death. It's cruel. It's cruel to give this to an Israelite. It's fucked up. All right, this is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. All right, and it reads, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." You see, what does hip hop push? Get that money, B. Money over everything. Some of the most wicked words in the planet Earth. It's money over everything. That's what they say. Money over everything. It's all about the money. Get that money. All right. The Bible calls that evil. The Bible calls that evil. So you see, black culture is evil. Get that money, man. That's all they talk about. Which while some coveted after and they earned from the faith. All right. And that look like what happened with Alizé and a lot of these heads of these other camps. All right. But this is the philosophy that drives our people and pierced themselves many sorrows. Hip hop culture pushes that. That's what it pushes. Get that money by all means necessary. Okay. But oh man of God, but see, this is what the law wants. Flee these things. Reject those things. All right. Reject that shit. And wait, how do you reject it? You reject it in your mindset. You see, that's a war. All right. Those are inventions created to do what? Destroy us. We have to reject it mentally and follow after righteousness. How do you follow after righteousness? By studying to show thyself approved, right? Indulging in his word, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. Fight the good fight of faith. What are we fighting? To stay on the path of this word, to keep our mind fortified with these scriptures and mortifying our members from this world, the worldly philosophies. This is a fight. This is a war. Lay hold on eternal life. The Lord gave us this gospel to do what? To give us the instructions to get to eternal life. Whereunto thou art called and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. Okay? And this all starts in your mind. It's mental. This warfare is mental. We don't have to worry about taking this devil down carnally and fighting his tanks and shit. Our Lord and the angels going to come back and do that. And then they're going to give us power to do that. What the Lord want to see is that in the midst of this hell, that we conform to his word and change our thought process. That's what the Lord looking at. When he say he's going through Jerusalem with candlesticks, seeing who's worthy, okay? He's looking at somebody that's conforming to this word, man. All right? That's what he's looking for. That's all he's worried about. He's not building up no standing army to fight this devil. He's coming to get physical with this devil, okay? He gonna do that. He coming with dyed garments from Bozrah, ready to get nasty. He coming to take on his head was many crowns. He coming to take the dominion. He coming to rise up from the thicket. Okay. What I'm looking for. Mark. All right. This is Mark 4. 18. All right. Yup, this is a good one here. Mark 4 and 18. And these are they which were sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this word, and deceitful of riches, and the lust of the of things entering, choke the word, and they become unfruitful. All right. Now, this is what hip hop does. It just have you in tune. All right. And just all these worldly philosophies. You just in tune with the cares of this world. And you want to get rich. All right. That's the American dream. As soon as you're a child, you're taught about the American dream when you go to school. All right. You can be whatever you want to become rich. Okay. And God's blessing you if you're rich. Okay. And the Lord say, these type of people are not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. You become unfruitful when you think like that. All right. And you don't have no room to get this word. All right. When you have a word, you're not worried about getting rich. You just worry about your daily bread. All right. And we're going to be rich in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be aristocrats in the kingdom of heaven. Where thieves can't come in and steal our riches. All right. Where moths can't come destroy it. Okay. So right now, our riches is this knowledge, this wisdom. Okay. But when you had that Gentile mindset, all you worried about is being rich and the cares of this world. Okay. We're in this world, but we're not of this world. Okay. And those which are sown on good ground, all right, the brothers, the beloved, the elect, such as hear the word and receive it and bring it forth. And when you hear this word and receive it, you cast off those works of darkness. All right. And they don't have no effect on you. Okay. We don't care that everybody look at us crazy. Okay. We don't care. We don't give two shits when we have our beautiful garments on at camp and they calling them dresses. We don't care what they think. It's cool to us. Some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100. Okay. That's what we want to do. And these are spectacles and offscoring trash to the peoples of this world. All right. We're spectacles to the people when they see us don't conform and don't think like they do. Okay. Because they've been compromised. They've been polluted. Fucking Grecians. 2/3 of our people are Grecians. Okay. And I'm going to leave off on this one. I got more, but I'm pressed for time. I had a lot more. I still bought out a lot. All right. This is Solomon. Wait, what's going on? Bear with me. All right, here we go. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. And this is why this devil about to come down on us. I'm about to decide with those men. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 12. Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous. All right. Now, when this devil see that he has a remnant of men that his wine can't make drunk and his devices don't deceive. All right. This is how he think of us because he's not for our turn. All right. Him putting his diamond trinkets in our faces, it has no effect on us. All right. Him saying, look, bow down before me and I give you all these riches, that has no effect on a certain remnant of men on this planet Earth. And he is clean according to our doings. Men that just stand so stiffly for the testimony of Yahweh. This devil know who those men are. The so-called white men, the elites, know who the righteous men are in the society. All right. He knows. He upbraided us with offending the law. That's why we make these epistles, to offend him, mean to expose him. All right. We're upbraiding him. We're putting light on hip hop. We're putting light on this educational industrial complex. All right. We're showing our people their transgressions. All right. And objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. All right. We're showing that this is the man of lawlessness. This is the son of perdition. All right. We're proving that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. This is the devil the Bible speak of. He professes to have the knowledge of Yahweh. When you have the knowledge of Yahweh, all right, you're not going to conform to black culture. Your mind is strong. Okay. You've mortified your members. You put off those works of darkness. And he calling himself the child of Yahweh. He's made to reprove our thoughts. We're made to expose this devil and judge this devil and condemn this devil and tell our people, look, don't throw in your lot with him. Get out of league with this devil, okay? He is grievous unto us and even to behold. For his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. You see? We're not on this fashion. We don't give a fuck about black culture and rap and all that bullshit culture that they push, that culture of degeneracy and death, okay? We're of another fashion, all right? We esteem him as counterfeits, all right? That's how they look at us. They look at us like we ain't shit. He abstained from our ways from filthiness. We're not on that type of time, okay? We're holy. We're set apart from that mindset, that agenda that he's trying to put on that he has put on the vast majority of our people. He pronounces end of the just to be blessed and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his fathers. All right. Let his words be true and let us prove what he says shall happen to end of him. So this devil, I say, all right, let's see if he gonna stand stiffly for the testimony of Yahweh. All right, let's see if his words be true. Revelation 12, he gonna come down with wrath on us, all right? And we're ready to embrace it. We're ready for it, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. If Yahweh is with us, nobody can be against us, man. And this devil knows who's not conforming to his agenda, okay? He knows, all right? Oh, Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shema Shah Bagatah. Yeah, brother was good going in on his precepts. All right, let me read a few of them, all right? Okay. This is Micah 2:2. Yeah, all right. And they covered fields, talking about this devil. All right. He's never had enough. His desire is hell. He want everything, man. And taking them by violence, all right? And that's what this devil has done us. He's taken us by violence, and taking us wasn't enough. He wants to control the way we think and houses and take them away. So the man in his heritage, he take our heritage away from us, and then what he do? Hellenize us, westernize us. All right, that's the devil. That's how you know this is the devil the Bible speak of. The other nations that conquered us never did that. They didn't care if we kept our heritage. When we was in Babylon, we were still able to keep our customs. When we were in Persia, we were still able to keep our customs. When we was under the ancient Roman Empire, we kept our customs. All right, all right. No, well, you had Hellenization during that time. You all right, but it was still the Jews in Jerusalem still kept their customs. This so-called white man here in America, he totally took our heritage away from us, okay? They revised Rome, okay? Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, all right? So the Lord, the so-called white man, is that evil that the Lord devised against us, for which you shall not remove your necks. You do haughtily, for the time is evil, okay? And we have to get out of that mindset of conforming to that evil, man. Everything we was taught here, westernization is pure evil, it's satanic, it's lawlessness, okay? All right. Oh yeah, that prayer of Isaiah, that's a good one. That's this devil, brother. 1:9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. All right. This is the Antimashiach. This is the Antichrist whose hands we're in. These red Hebrew Edomites, these so-called white people. All right, that's the man of lawlessness you read about in Second Thessalonians, Second Thessalonians, the second chapter. Okay? Most hateful of Yahweh, they lawless. That's the man of lawlessness, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. This is the most basest of men. All right, this is the one that say 2 men can marry, 2 women can marry. All right, this is him. All right, that's the so-called white man. All right, he's a degenerate. He's a man of Sodom. Okay, Judah 5:20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and there's error amongst 2/3 of our people, and there's sin against their power, let us consider this that there be their ruin, and let us go, and we shall overcome them. You see, when you're alienated from the Lord, He gonna let this devil have his way with you. Romans, the 1st chapter goes in that. He gonna turn you over to your sensual desires. Isaiah to say you're gonna wake up and drink wine, flames you, so let you have your way, all right, and let you destroy yourself. Judah 5:21. But if there be no iniquity in the nation, the elect men, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them. And the Lord is going to defend his elect. Okay. All right. That's why we love times. That's why we love these turbulent times. That's why we love the bad news we see on the news. We know the Lord is going to be with us. Matthew 28, chapter, the 18th verse, the Lord say, I will be with you until the end of the world. All right. So we know the Lord is with us. And their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all of the world. And that's what's ultimately going to happen. All right. The Lord is going to defend his elect. All right. When you read Isaiah the 14th chapter, when they say he'll be reproach of all the world, Isaiah the 14th chapter say, the people are going to ask him, have you become weak as me, weak as us? Is this the nigga that made the earth tremble? Okay. His pomp is bowed down low. His power is bowed down low. All right. And he's going to be a proverb amongst the nations. People are going to look at him as an astonishment. He's off-scoring. Okay. And we love it. Okay. These are beautiful times. So, man, guard your members, man. Keep your mind strong in this final hour, because this devil's going to throw out more wine, all right? He's damn near through using hip-hop, all right? He's just about to go AI. He going to go AI on that ass, all right? You're going to see him using that blue beam shit in the heavens, all right? You're going to see him just doing all type of left-handed magic, all right, using that AI, all right? He's still gonna use these entertainers to a certain extent, but the AI wine he about to use, oh man, it's gonna deceive. It's gonna deceive more than damn near black culture did. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna get infinite honors to my heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh by Shema al Shah by Shema Hara Kakadash, double honors to our apostles and the bishops, great millstone, and say to my fellow labors in the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, Kwab Yasharala, Abba Baba.